Howdy guys, in today's video we're going to be looking at how we can create or convert images to vector, or in our case here a PNG to a SVG file. But before that, let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za. We make short and easy to watch problem solving videos, and we also have daily updates. Otherwise, we're back into the tutorial here. So now in the previous tutorial we looked at a few sites where we can get vector images, and today we're going to be looking at how we can convert a normal image into a vector image. Now in order to do this, we're going to need a few things. So obviously we're going to need an image, and we're also going to need a program called Inkscape. So what you can do is you simply go to inkscape.org. The program is free, and then you can download it and just install it before you carry on with this tutorial if you want to follow along. Then after it is installed, then what you want to do is obviously select and save your image. I'm just going to right click here, say save image, navigate where I want to save it. As you can see, I already saved it there. Now it is something to keep in mind: if you're lucky enough and you get a PNG or JPEG, then you can go straight away, but as you can see here, currently we have save as type WebP. That's the only option it gives us. So for this we have to do one extra step. So with our image saved, now what I want to do is I want to head here to our actual folder where it's saved. Got the image here, so now I want to convert it to a PNG or a JPEG, something on that line. So I'm going to go PNG. I'm going to right click this, and then we go open with, and then I'm going to choose to edit with Paint, so Microsoft Paint. There's other ways we can go about it, but this is a very simple method to go about. Now if you don't see Paint under this option, just go here, choose another app, then you navigate down till you find Paint, and if it's still not there, you go more apps, and you can go manually search for it on your computer. So I'm going to say OK and have this open. There we go, we've got it in Paint. Now I'm simply going to go File, Save As. Then we've got a few different options here we can choose from. Or what you can do is when you go to File, Save As, we go on that little arrow, and now we have the different options here. So I'm going to go PNG. Then in the same folder, I'm going to call it car, and then just PNG behind it so I know which one's the right one. Say save, and then they just warning you you're going to lose all transparency from the background or the image. That's fine, I don't need it. I'm going to close here. Now what we want to do is we want to open, now that we've got this new image saved, we want to open our Inkscape, and then I'm going to go File, and then we go Open, and then I'm going to navigate to that car.png, say Open, and then it's going to give us a few options. I'm going to leave it at default. So as you can see, we've got embedded from File, and for the blending and that we've got auto. So I'm going to say OK. Just wait for it to load. There we go, we've got our image in here, but at the moment this is just a photo, so it's not a vector. If I go to vector editing on top here underneath the arrow, you can see nothing happens. So now with this selected, with our image selected, it is quite important. I'll just zoom out a bit. I want to go here on top to path, then we go to trace bitmap. Now the settings here will change a bit depending on your desired outcome, if you've got color and so forth, but mine is just black and white, so I'm going to leave it. I'm going to go leave it on brightness cutoff, and all the other settings I'm going to leave the same, so at default. So yeah, I'll just go through there so you can see the settings, so if you need to adjust it. Then I'm going to go here on the right to update. It's going to give me a little preview so I can see, okay, cool, there's nothing wrong. I've got a nice black and white image of the car, and then I'm going to say apply. Now you can see suddenly our car became a selection. So I'm just going to move this off here to the bottom, then select the image again and delete that. Let's just hide this panel here on the right. Drag this back, and now we have a vector of that car. That's simple. So if I click vector editing, you can see, yep, this is a vector. We can now adjust it like normal graphics. Almost feels like cheating, but it's very convenient. So now you can always make changes to this vector to fit your design needs more if you need. And then once that is done, then what you want to do is save it in a format which the FabriCAM understands. So I'm going to go File, and then we go Save As. Navigate where you want to save it to, and then from the Save As type over here, select the drop down, And then what we want to do is we want to navigate till we find this XDF. So I'm going to do the R14, a more later version. Select that, and then you can just type in your name. I'm going to call this DXF. Save it, leave everything as is, and say OK. And now if you go in the program, you should be able to import this. Our video is unfortunately running a bit long, so I'm not going to show it. But if you run into the program, you import it, and your car suddenly there's a little block on the cutting thing, and what you do is you simply just scale this one up, export it again, go import it until you find a size that you like. There's ways to go about measuring it and so forth, but like I said, this video is a bit short or running a bit long, so we'll unfortunately not be covering that. But yeah, otherwise that is it on actually converting images to vector. It's very simple. You might have multiple layers and you just delete the white background if it had one. Otherwise, in our case, it was simple. We only have one layer here, which is the car. But yeah, otherwise, if we head here to softwaretraining.co.za, you guys will notice we've got a variety of different softwares we do cover, and you can also isolate your search on the top right. If you do not, however, find the training videos you're looking for, just simply go here, request a training video, fill in the mini form, and then we'll do our best to try and make that for you. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.